Hi everyone, today let's solve the problem 155 min stack. So what the question states here, we have been asked to design a stack, nothing but the min stack, this one I'm speaking of. We have to implement the min stack class that supports push, pop, top and get min operations, right? Methods basically. So we have to design a stack, min stack that supports push, pop, top and get min methods all in big O of one time. So the time complexity, they have strictly said that all in big of one time. Means design a stack, min stack that supports push, pop, top and get min methods all in big O of one time. So this is very important. Min stack initializes this stack objects and this pushes the elements val into the stack, removes the element on top of the stack, nothing but the pop operation removes, right? So top means we have to get the top element of the stack, and get min is nothing but we have to retrieve the minimum element in the stack, right? So that's what. And they have strictly mentioned this one, just keep this in mind, we have to implement a solution with big O of one time complexity for each function. So this is very important, they have strictly mentioned this one, right? So let's go with the first example here. Let's go with the first example or the approach part. Let's discuss this one step by step so that we understand this one clearly, right? So let's discuss this one step by step so that we understand this one clearly. Just give me a second here, just 1 second. Yeah. Now, first thing, we will be making use of the min stack and the main stack. So here, let's go with the approach here. We will be going with the two stacks basically. We will be going with the two stacks. One is main stack and another one is min stack, right? So one is main stack and another one is min stack, right? So just give me a second here. One is main stack and another one is min stack. So I'll just consider this one ms and minimum s, right? So this one is, we will be going with the two stacks. One is main stack and another one is min stack. This is fine. So here, mm, first, here we have the main stack of this one empty. So this is nothing but the initialization part. Just remember one thing before this. So here, what do we call, just 1 second, initialization part, min stack and this one push. So min stack is the initialization part and the push method. So this two return value is null for these two, return value is null for these two. And pop, for the pop and top, for the pop and top. So here we have got pop top, right? So for the pop and top, so for the pop, top and even getman, for the pop, top and getman, for these three the return value is this one, what do you call, mm, number, number, right? So just give me a second here. For the top also it is null itself, right? So not for the top, for the pop I think, right? For the pop also return value is null. For this particular problem, for the pop is for the pop also return value is null only for the these two things actually. For top and getman, this one number, not null, this one is number basically, right? So this one, for initialization min stack initialization part, this will be null. Push, this one return value is null, and getman return value is this one, what do you call. So just give me a second here. Did I get confused here? Yeah, for getman and this one top, it is number, and for the pop also it is null. First three it is null. Min stack, this one push and pop, the return value is null. For the top and getman, the return value is number. Right, so the return value is number. Let me delete this one. So yeah, as I've said in the approach, we will be maintaining two stacks. One is main stack and another one is min stack, right? One is main stack and another one is min stack here. So first what we need to do here, this one min stack initialization part, this will be null. This is fine. So next let's go with the push here, push of -2. So we have to push -2. So here min stack. So let's go with the this one main stack and this one is min stack, right? So let's go with the main stack and the min stack. So what we will push here, so main stack will consist of the this one 2 -2 and the min stack will consist of minus 2 as well. So the main stack will consist of the minus 2 and the min stack will consist of minus 2 as well here in this case, right? So here what we got, main stack is minus 2 and the min stack is minus 2 as well. So here in this case, the output will be still null. So the output will be still null because the return value of the push is null. So let's move on with the next, again 0. So again, we have to push 0 this time. We have to push 0 this time, right? So here again, main stack will be 2 comma 0, 2 comma 0. So I'm just writing this one in another this one stack, but another stack. So this will be basically 2 comma 0, minus 2 comma 0, and the min stack will be minus 2 and min of minus 2 comma 0, minus 2. So min stack will be minus 2. We have to consider the minus 2, right? Minus 2 and min of minus 2 comma 0. Min of minus 2 comma 0 is quite obviously minus 2, not 0. Minimum value is considered the lowest, right? So negative value is considered the least. Basically this will be minus 2, right? So now the min stack is minus 2 comma 2, minus 2 comma 2. Basically just remove this one. Basically I should have written in the same stack, but I'm writing in the different stack. This is fine. This is minus 2 comma 0. This is minus 2 comma minus 2 now, right? So now still the return value is null, right? Now we are again going with the push of this one minus 3. So now we will push minus 3 to the stack. We will push minus 3 to the stack, and here in this case again, the minimum of minus 2 comma minus 3. So again, the minimum is quite obviously minus 3, not the minus 2. Don't get confused. Negative value we are going with, right? So the minimum of minus 2 and minus 3 is minus 3. So we'll go with the minus 3 here. Now main stack consists of minus 2, 0 and minus 3, and the min stack consists of minus 2 and this one. What do we call? Minus 3. This is fine. This part I'm speaking of, right? So these two part, this part I'm speaking of. This is fine. Next, what we'll do here, mm, yeah, this is fine. Next, we have to go with the minimum. So still the this one, what do we call? The return value of the push is null. So let's go with the getmin part, right? Getmin. We have to perform the getmin method here. So getmin, uh, so getmin, what we will do, getmin is nothing but the we are getting the minimum. We are getting the minimum value from the min stack, not the main stack. We are getting the minimum value from the min stack. So minimum of minus 2, minus 2, minus 3 is nothing but minus 3 here. Minimum of minus 2, minus 2, minus 3 is nothing but from the min stack is minus 3. This one I'm speaking of. Just give me a second here. So minimum is this one, right? Minimum is this one, minus 3. So here we got minus 3. So that is how we got minus 3. This is fine. Getmin part is over, right? So the return value of the getmin is number and we got minus 3 as output. So next let's go with the pop again. The return value here. So just give me a second here. The return value here. So I hope until here is everything, everything is clear until here. So next let's go with the pop. So we have performed all this operation. I just deleted thinking that we understood till here. So next let's go with the pop part. Pop of this one, what do we call a pop operation? We have to perform here, this one, right? Pop operation we have to perform, and return value of the pop first 3 is null. We know this one. Only return value of the top and get minus number. So here in this case, pop of this one, what do we call this array? So pop operation we have to perform, and we have to remove minus 3. So we have to remove minus 3 because getmin we have got the minimum from the main stack. So let me write this one, minimum stack. This one, first one is main stack and the second one is minimum stack. So in the main stack, what all the numbers that we had, mm, we got this one, minus 2, 0 and 3, right, in the stack. So minus 2, 0 and 3 we were having in the this one. In the min stack, if you remember, we had minus 2 and minus 3. So get min, we have got the min. So minimum was minus 3. Basically minimum was minus 3. So at the top of the stack, min stack, so we are having minus 3, last in first out stack we are making use of. So this consists of the number minus 3, minus 3, right? So here in this case we have to remove, we have to remove minus 3. This will be basically removed. So the value that we need to return here is still null. So the value that we need to return is null because the return value of the pop is null accordingly with the question they have given, right? So return value is null and this is removed. Let's remove this one. We should not be able to say this one -3, right? So now in the min stack we have only -2 and -2, right? Now in the min stack we are having -2 and -2. In the main stack we are having -203. This is fine. Let's move on with the top of zero top let's perform the top operation here. The data we have is empty, so we have to perform the top operation. So top for the top, what we have to do here, so just give me a second here. So this we were performing the pop operation on min stack as well as the this one, right? Main stack as well. So along with the -3 we have to remove this one from the main stack as well, right? 3. So let's remove this one as well. So now what are the things that we have in stack? So 2 comma 0 in the main stack and -2 comma -2 in the main stack. Sorry, this I forgot. So 3 also let's remove, right, from the previous this one step. So now we are left with last two steps. So here in this case, in the min stack we have -20, and min stack we have -2, main stack we have -2 comma 0. We have to perform top here, top of this one, top operation. Top means in this case we have to go with the top of the main stack, not the min stack. This one we have to go with the top of the main stack. So top consists of this one 0 first, this one last in first out. Top consists of, in the stack, top consists of 0. This one we are considering top consists of 0. So we need to return the value 0. We have to return 0. Top consists of 0 in the stack, so we need to return that. So we have value 0. So this is how we got 0. I hope this part null, 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 null. This is fine. -3 we saw, null also we saw. Now 0 also we saw. Last thing we have is get min here. So you cannot clear have return min stack here. We have the operation get min here, right? Get min method here. Get min of we have to perform get min, this one data we have is empty array. This is one stack operation we have to perform get min. So for getting min here again we have to consider the top of the main stack. Top of the main stack consists of -2 now, not the -3. We have already deleted this one, right? -3 and +3 from min stack and main stack. Now top of the this one get min, main stack consists of this one -2, right? So here in this case we have to return the -2 as output, right? So we are returning that one, top of the main stack, nothing but the value -2. That is how we got -2 here. That is how we got -2 here. So the output, this is how we got null, null, null 4 times, -3 null, and this one -3 null, 1 0 and -2, right? So we went with the two stacks basically. We went with the two stacks. One is main stack and another one is min stack, right? So this is how we got the output, this one 4 times null and -3 null, 0 and -2. I hope this part is completely clear and the approach that we discussed is completely clear as well. So we went with a stack approach, right? We are going with a stack approach. Two stacks we are making use of. One is main and one is min stack. So exactly same thing, let's articulate in the form of code. Exactly same thing, let's articulate the same thing exactly in the form of code. So before writing the code, I want to tell you one thing. Let's discuss the complexities, right? So what will be the time complexity here? They have strictly mentioned that we have to perform all the operations in big O of one time. So here you must implement a solution with big O of one time complexity for each function they have mentioned here, right? So here in this case, so we are performing all the operations push, pop, top and get min within big of one time complexity. So the time complexity for the code that we'll be writing in the future would be big of 1 by making use of the two stacks. One is main and another one is min stack, right? So the space complexity would be, we are making use of the two stacks, right, storing one entry per element. So overall in the worst case it would be big of n, right? So we are making use of the two stacks storing one entry per the element, right? So here in this case the space complexity would be big of n. So the space complexity would be big of n and the time complexity for each function, so this will be big of 1, right? I hope the complexities part is completely clear as well, right? So now as we are completely familiar with the approach and complexities, we are good to write the code. Let's start writing the code. let's start writing the code. So the first part here is as I have said, so we will be making use of the two stacks, right? So there is nowhere written that we have to make use of the standard stacks here. So let's do one thing. Let's make use of the DQ here, right? So let's make use of the array DQ for this. For the first two problems, they had strictly mentioned we have to go with the this one. What do you call standard stack and standard queues, right? So we went with standard stacks and standard queues. We saw. So now what we'll do, we will be making use of array DQ. Right. So by making use of the array DQ, we can perform the stack operations and the this one queue operations. Right. So let's make use of the array DQ or DQ. So first, let me go with private DQ. We are just creating DQ here. So this will be integer. So this one, what are the two things, two stacks that we were maintaining basically? This one main stack and min stack, right? So this one has to be main stack, and let's go with the next one. This will be private dq. So this will be of integer. So this one will be min stack. This is fine. So let's come out of this one. Let's go with the initialization part. Let's move on with the initialization part within the main stack. So let's initialize main stack new array tq. So this is fine. The next thing is min stack. So this will be min stack equals new array tq. So this is fine. So let me come out of this one initialization part entirely. So this acts as a constructor basically, right? This one we're just going with the initialization part. So this is fine. So next step, what shall we do here? We have initialized the main stack and min stack. So let's go with the push now. Let's go with the push method. So just give me a second here. So in the push method, what we need to do, we have to push the element into the main stack, right? So we have to push the element into the main stack. For min stack, what we were doing basically, if new value is less than current min, then we will push it. Else we have to duplicate the current minimum itself, right? Again, I'll say the same sentence. Just listen to this properly. That's what we did. And while I considered the first example and showed the approach, that's what we did. We considered this one, right? So here, this one I'm speaking of, where this one push. So here we pushed into the push. What we are doing for the main stack, we are just pushing into the main stack. For min stack, when we are just pushing the element, if new value is current, I mean if it is less than or equal to current minimum, then we will push it. Else duplicate, we will duplicate the current minimum. Else we have to duplicate the current minimum, right? I hope this part is completely clear. That's what we need to articulate, exactly same thing in the form of code here. So I'll just come here and let me give here for the main stack, it would be main stack dot push of this one. We have the parameter val, right? So this is fine, val. So for the min stack, what we have to do, what I said. So if min stack dot is empty here, this one, or value, what I said, what we discussed actually, if the value is less than or equal to min stack dot peak here, then we're just articulating the same thing in the form of code, right? Within the if condition, what we need to do, we have to push the value in that case. So this will be min stack dot push of val. So this is fine, easy, right? So next, else what we need to do here, we have to go with min stack dot push here. This one will be min stack dot peak. So this is fine. Hope this part is completely clear, right? Next, we have discussed this one successfully, right? We are done with the push method. Next, let's go with the pop method. Let's go with the pop method. So in the pop method, basically what we have to do, we have to remove, right? So first, what we'll do, we have to remove from both the stacks to stay in the synchronization. We removed -3 from the min stack and +3 from the main stack, if you remember. right? So we have to remove from the both stacks to stay in the synchronization. So how can we write here? So both will be making use of the pop operation, right? So here main stack dot pop, this is fine, and this one will be min stack dot pop. So this is fine. This is it for the pop. For the top, what we have to do? Exact same thing, man. Instead of pop, we have to just peek the main stack. Means, in simple terms, how can I say? We have to just return the top of main stack. So that's what we discussed, right? So we have to just return the top of main stack. So I can just write it in this way. So here in this case, return main stack dot peak. This is fine. Return main stack of the peak. So main stack dot peak. This is fine. So let's come to the final step here. Final step or the final method here. Let's continue with the getmin method. So within the getmin method, what we need to do? We have to return top of min stack. Nothing but the current minimum. Nothing but the current minimum. So I'll just go with min stack dot peak. Min stack dot peak. Right. So this is it for the code. Very simple, right? Very simple. Exactly whatever we discussed in the approach, we articulated in the form of code. We articulated in the form of code. That's what we did. I hope the coding part is completely clear, right? So before running the code, so let me remove this one so that the code looks clean, right? So here, let me hit the run button. So we have some error. What's the error? Missing return statement in minstack.java, where it has to show what. So this one, so yeah, return, missing return statement. I have not mentioned return here, right? Sorry. Yeah, this, let me run this one again. Yeah, now you can clearly see here the sample test case is getting passed. Means the code works absolutely correct. Let's see whether this works for all the test cases or not. Let me hit the submit button. So here you can clearly see all the test cases are getting passed. Means the code works absolutely perfect in this case, right? I hope the solution part is completely clear along with the this one complexities and the approach. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.